Hey guys, welcome back to Foreign Reacts. Today we're going to be checking out a video titled Americans that visited Europe. What was the biggest shock for you? Reddit rundown. Okay, Reddit. Okay, cool. We're going to get right into this video. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and leave a like on the video and subscribe. Yeah, again, subscribe. Keep subscribing. And yeah, we're going to get right into this video. So it should be interesting. Probably I'm going to have to read and you guys have to read as well. So yeah, it should be really interesting to see what this video has in store for us. But like I've said before, I'm moving to Europe. Finland is a country in Europe that I'm going to be at. And if you guys want to see more about that, click the link in the comment section, and my social medias are also there. So if you want to check those out, you can check them out as well. But either ways, we're going to get right into this video. So let's get right into the video, guys.
Americans that visited Europe. What was the biggest shock for you? Welcome to Reddit Rundown. Today, we will share again one of the top posts in Reddit's Ask Reddit page.
Okay.
I was surprised at how much walking I did. I did it because it was easy, not because I had to.
Oh.
1 week in Paris. I ate everything in sight and still lost 5 pounds thanks to all the walking. I went to Europe for 3 weeks once and ate constantly and still lost like 15 pounds, 150 pounds to 135 pounds. So a pretty significant percentage.
What's gonna happen to me when I get to Europe, bro? Like I'm not trying to lose what I got. I don't think I'm gonna lose anything. I think I'm actually gonna gain a lot of weight being in Europe, because I think I'm gonna eat a lot more, and I'm gonna, be a little bit more active than how I am right now. So I don't think I'm going to lose much. I don't think I'm going to lose any at all. I think I'm going to gain a lot more pounds on me, which is something that I'm trying to achieve. My target weight, I'm trying to be like about 160, 165, somewhere there. My height already gives me a lot when it comes to my weight, because I don't know what I weigh right now, but I know that my height literally is the reason why I even weigh something, right? So I'm actually trying to put some flesh on and get me up to about 165 or 160. 60 is good enough for me. I don't know. When I look at what a person 160 looks like, I'll make my decision. I'm not trying to be big and bulky. I'm just trying to, have a little bit more meat on my body. You know what I'm trying to say? But I ain't trying to be big and bulky. I don't want to lose my flexibility and my mobility. I don't want to lose all of that, because that ain't worth it. But yeah, it should be really interesting. I definitely ain't gonna lose no weight for sure, period, because I already eat healthy and I already move around, so I definitely can't lose nothing.
Got back home, gained it all back immediately, despite the fact that I walk 10 miles per day normally. I am absolutely 100% convinced it's because of excess sugar in everything we eat here.
Yeah, sugar.
2 weeks in England, ate a ton of food and drank way too much beer. Ended up losing 10 pounds cause we walked everywhere.
Everybody talking about the walking.
When I ordered a small
food.
drink, it was actually small. I've heard this mentioned before, that ice in European drinks isn't really the norm. Why is that so? I can understand you wanting your drink to be cold. So is it more of like an upon request thing? Most of the drinks are served cold already. You can request to have ice in it too. When I was in the US, I really didn't like the large amounts of ice cubes in all the drinks, without being asked for it, because they tasted like chlorine most of the time, and also just dilute the drink. It changes the taste too much in my opinion. I went to Scotland, ran across some German tourists who asked us to translate what the Scot was saying. We were all three speaking English. They just couldn't understand each other. I was in a hostel with a Japanese woman in Scotland. She was looking really down, so I asked her if she was okay. I thought my English was really good, she said. Yeah, me too, I replied. As someone with Scottish family, I can say, Scots English is another breed. As an aspiring linguist, I have found that there is debate as to whether Scots is a dialect of English or its own language. Not to be confused with Scots Gaelic.
Yo, anybody from Scotland, bro, talk to me in the comment section. What he talking about? What we talking about here? They saying that y'all not speaking in English, bro. Come on now. I got to do some videos about Scotland, but Europe is pretty darn big, so I don't know when I'm gonna touch all of those things. But like I said, I'm all up in there and I'm just doing my thing. I'm trying to hit Africa. I've done a little bit of videos about Asia. I'm actually gonna do videos about Africa really soon. But I'm trying to do every continent but it's really not that easy to do every continent because I'm really organized. So it's gonna take like bing, bing, bang, bang, bang. It's really organized. So it's gonna be one tough battle to get through all of these, but I gotta do what I gotta do. But y'all let me know. Let me know what's going on with y'all language, because they saying that y'all be speaking English, but y'all sound different. So what's up?
Friend from the Dominican Republic who says if he's watching a UK-based show, he needs to turn the subtitles on because he can't understand the accents at all. He can understand me as an American just fine, but if a Brit came up and started speaking to him, he'd have no idea what they're saying.
Dang, that's rough.
The amount of smoking. I have a close friend in Europe. She's talked about the public transportation and the way the cities are laid out to be beneficial to walking and biking, but nothing prepared me for the amount for smoking I saw when I was in Paris, Helsinki, Tampere, and Turku. Last time I was in Italy, I was driving through Milan. A guy pulled up to a red light on a mopped. He got off, took off his helmet, and lit up a cigarette. Italians do not give a single freak. One of my clearest memories of Paris was seeing a mopped rider keep hold of his cigarette even after being knocked off his bike in a small fender bender.
Oh.
England and probably most of the UK, but I haven't left England in a while, has drastically reduced the amount of smoking there is over the past 10 years. I should imagine other European countries are similar. Smoking used to be so much more common, it's a wonder we didn't discover lung problems sooner. I was in France and the parents were smoking while pushing kids on a swing. I'm Canadian, and being allowed to have open liquor in public when I was in England was shocking to me. In France, people get 2-hour lunches. Like some stores will have 2 separate open and close times cause they'll just shut down for 2 hours a day to enjoy themselves. Most people seemed much happier and relaxed as a whole. In Spain, most places just close from 2 to 5 in the afternoon, so the owners can have a lunch and nap break. I absolutely hated it, because I always forgot and it's my usual time to go get stuff. But hey, definitely good for them. You hear about how big the Roman Empire was and all the advanced building tech they had, but it doesn't really sink in until you see it with your own eyes.
I gotta see
Being
it.
in Rome, surrounded by the ruins, and a 3-on-3 Nike basketball tournament happening right there with the McDonald's in a historical building, all within the same view, was pretty wild.
That's wild.
How old a lot of the cities are. People still living in buildings older than the US, walking down some of the old streets, feels like you're time traveling into a medieval fairy tale.
Yeah.
In Italy, the shower at one of my hotels had no barriers to keep the water in one general area. It was just a drain in the floor. Luckily, it was just that one, and it was definitely an older hotel. Also, I was really surprised that the price was exactly what the price tag said. I love that the taxes rolled in, especially while I learned the currency.
Yeah, I think a lot of
That
people like
tax
that.
was included on the price tag. How everything is less sugary sweet. How people just walk away from minor vehicle bumps or scrapes. In the US, they would pull over and at minimum exchange info, if not call the police. In France, the lack of casual wear in public like shirts, sports clothing, how restaurants aren't about pumping people in and out, and no one is really in a rush. Paris. Much smaller size vehicles. Go to a typical parking lot in America, and 50 will be SUV or trucks. I barely saw any SUV or trucks in London or Paris.
I'm sorry. I know that SUVs and trucks are not the best for the economy, not economy, for your money and whatever, and it's really expensive. I know that. But I really love large, huge ass vehicles. Like if I was ever rich, I would probably buy the largest. I'm not sure which one is it, but have you ever seen a Rolls Royce Cullinan? Like even the Lamborghini Urus. Like oh my gosh, I mean it's so big. I just love it. I just could not see myself like even like an Audi, like a Q3, I think you got Q4 these days. And I think you got Q2 as well, or Q1 or something. I don't know. But the Q3, Q5, Q7, I would prefer the Q7 because it's just so big. I just love big. I think I don't know what it is, but I love big. And I think maybe most Americans love big. Like I don't know, especially folks from the South, like you're gonna pull up and you're gonna have a truck because in South Carolina, trucks are a thing, my boy. So, it's just a vibe. I'm telling you, I really love it. I ain't gonna say that it's the best thing ever, but it's something that I really do love.
Athletic clothes are like an American tourist uniform, Lamal. That and leggings as pants.
Yeah, facts.
The amount of public transportation, and in many places people not driving or not even knowing how to drive. I was not ready for how many overwhelmingly beautiful ancient buildings and cities I saw in only 2 weeks. I actually couldn't fathom what I was looking at. It was a surreal experience, like I was really in touch with a completely different era of humanity.
That's right,
there is
baby.
absolutely nothing like this in America. It
Period.
blew me away and made me really care much more about European history, urban planning, and architecture.
Architecture is really beautiful in America. I'm not gonna hold you. Architecture in America is beautiful. You look at it and you're like, oh my God, it's beautiful, but it's modern. Like when you look at ancient stuff compared to modern stuff, they kind of bring you that, oh my gosh, wow. So I think probably people from the European section comes to America and they see the beautiful shapes and the beautiful type of building. They're like, oh my gosh, I actually like that. Right, but for Americans, they're gonna like that a lot because they're not used to it. So I think not being used to something really makes you like, because I'm telling you, I'm excited to even visit like Rome and places like those because whoo. But either way, that was a beautiful video. I hope y'all enjoyed it just as much as I did. It was really beautiful, and yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I'm out of here, and until next time, peace.